Hey YouTube Fragrance family, welcome to another The Year in Fragrances. We're going to go way back in 1965 today. This is a year that we got a little more scents here that I've had experience with. So obviously the closer we are getting to 2016, the more choices I'm going to have. Now these are my top scents that I've smelt before. Again, these are fragrances that are may or may not be in my fragrance collection at the moment. It might be women's fragrances. I'm all over the board. These are fragrances that I appreciate or I feel that you should go sniff out. I think these are the best from this year in release. Again, some fragrances, most fragrances that were released in 1965 have been discontinued before I even got into the fragrance game. So these are the ones that are actually almost stood the test of time or have been around during my journey. So again, a disclaimer that I'm going to be saying quite a bit throughout these videos just because I know there's going to be that one subscriber that's going to be saying, Mark, you are well aware that these fragrances have been reformulated a million times. Yes, I understand. This is not, I haven't smelt these in 1965. I'm not even that old. So I know these, I'm very much well aware that I may not have smelt the formulation that was super amazing. Again, I may not own a bottle of these fragrances. It doesn't mean that I don't appreciate them or that I haven't smelt them before. So let's go into the list. I got 3 this year. These are actually heavy hitters, especially in our fragrance game. If you're really into this fragrance game, especially older fragrances, you're going to come to appreciate my list. So number 3 on the list is the first Creed that I'm going to be mentioning in this kind of video format. Most likely not the last. This is Epicia. So at number 3, Epicia, the nose behind this was James Henry Creed. Epicia means spicy, which is what Epicia is. Basically, it was a pine and clove based scent. It was, I do recall it was great in the Canadian fall, but wasn't really that rough and tumble enough for our Canadian winters. From what I remember, this scent was just like many Creeds. It lacked real punch to it. It was tame for a spicy scent. And a forgotten gray cap Creed now. A lot of those gray capped Creeds have been long gone. I own only one from the gray caps. I only own one, and that's Acide Aluminum. I do want to get some more. eBay is going to be great for that to get those older Creeds. But this one is on my list. It's on my radar. It's been on my radar for a while. And I think this is one of the better releases in 1965. Now, number 2, it's Aramis. Oh, Aramis is a fragrance that is huge in the fragrance game as far as people like on Base Notes, Fragrantica. They love this stuff. Aramis. When speaking about Aramis, you're talking about a classic in the men's game. When we're talking about classics, Aramis, the name Aramis will come up. From what I recall, sniffing Aramis a while back, it was a heavy scent and it has that old school classic feel to it. And I was not a fan. However, now that I'm fully into this journey, I'd like to go back to it and see where I would actually rank it now. I would bet I would probably appreciate it. And this reminds me that I should get a bottle of this now. I actually don't own any Aramis fragrances, so I need to get a bottle of this classic in the game, review it because it deserves it on my channel. I really feel like this is one of those that it's almost a must review for a men's fragrance channel. So Aramis, I'm coming after you. I got to get a bottle of this stuff. At number 1, it is again from the House of Guerlain. Guerlain's number 1 twice now in this series. They're doing very well. Guerlain is history in our fragrance game, so there is no surprise here. Abbey Rouge. Now, I actually don't own the original Abbey Rouge. I own the Beau Cavalier edition, which this one cost me a pretty penny, but I'm very happy to get the EDP version, the Beau Cavalier edition. There is so many flankers of Abbey Rouge. Abbey Rouge is the definition. Again, my past video of Vetiver from Guerlain has a couple flankers to it. This one has a huge following, just like Vetiver has. So in 1965, the original Eau de Toilette, and another Guerlain favorite and classic in the game. You can tell the rich history that Guerlain has already, since they're number 1 on both of my lists already in this history lesson. that's that's only in the men's game. You should actually see the women's game. The resume that they have there, crazy. Habit Rouge is still selling very well and is still relevant today in 2016. They just released a flanker to Habit Rouge just recently, and it's getting rave reviews online. So it's still getting flankers released. Its newest flanker, Dress Code, is doing so good. I need to get my hands on it. The nose behind this one was Jean-Paul Guerlain. I was never a huge Habit Rouge fan, I'll be quite honest with you guys. When I first started my journey, when I first started my journey, I was a Le Male, Boss Bottled. I was just, I was focused on just, those certain fragrances. But now that I appreciate art and things like that, going back to my Guerlain, and I totally appreciate the history of this brand, Habit Rouge. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be a huge fan of this whole lineup, and I got to get more. That's the only Beau Cavaliers all alone by itself. So that's the first part of Habit Rouge. I need to go get the Eau de Toilette. I still need to review Beau Cavalier here, even though this is very hard to find online. And I got to get Dress Code. So I got a lot ahead of me as far as this Habit Rouge lineup goes. Go check it out, all the flankers they have. It's crazy. But I totally appreciate it. That's why it's number one on this list. Habit Rouge is a huge mark in our fragrance community in the men's game. So guys, there it is. There's my list for the year 1965. Please let us know in the comments below if you agree with my list. If you have any opinion on any of these three fragrances, or did I miss any? You guys let me know. I can't wait to do another year after this. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.